Hi there, how are you? I hope you're great. So I promised you watermelon projects. I can't stop, I'm sorry. I'm really not that sorry though. So this is, let me see if I can pick this up. A really cute little watermelon summer shelf sitter. And we're gonna paint this up tonight. I love this one. I'm so excited about it. So let's get right into it. Let's see if I can. All right, so I'm gonna start easy and just paint the base real quick, okay? And I got some new paints tonight, so I'm gonna try these. Hi Joni, hey Tammy, hi Lisa, hi Stephanie, hey Denise, how are you ladies? And so I don't know what these paints are. It's just acrylic paint. We're gonna find out how good they are. I also, you know what, I'm going to use my chalk brushes because this is kind of big. So we're going to start with the base here. And it even came with this little, there's like 36 paints. Hi Gwen, how are ya? Welcome. So we're just going to do the base black. And I know it's hard to see, I'm not in the frame, but it's just a plain base. There's two pieces to it. I will show you how it goes together. And we'll get this party rolling, okay? So you can comment the word ant or ants with an S, A-N-T, to get the link to get this project, okay? I also included a link to my Amazon like favorite stuff that I love. If there's ever anything that I tell you I got it on Amazon, I'll have it on my list there, okay? So I will update that over time, but it's got a ton of stuff, embellishments, stuff that I love around the house. Hi Phyllis. I'm sorry, Tammy. I know I'm just absolutely heartbroken for you, dear. I'm so sorry. I know exactly how you feel, and I know that doesn't make it better, but I feel you, honey. All right. So I'm just roughly painting, I've roughly painted the other piece. Now I need to paint this one a little bit better because this will be the top layer of the base. This is a 2-layer base, so you will have to glue them together, but our little shelf sitter slides perfectly in there. It's gonna be perfect. I'm so excited about this one, y'all. It's so stinking cute, and these little ants are just adorable. So, hang out with me so that you can see the finished project, okay? All right, and happy Friday to you too, Phyllis. Now, I'm gonna try and paint these little ant bodies really quickly too. And they're all just gonna be completely black. And then I have some really cute, fun summer colors that I picked out. And so what do y'all think about this? Painting each of the letters of the word summer individually, like different colors. I kind of like that idea. I picked out several colors that I think will go really great together. So let me know your opinion on that. And if you think that's a good idea. All right. So now, as always, even though this is layered and part of this is going to be covered up, I do want to make sure that I paint the base layer also, so that if any snafus happen with my gluing, it looks done and you can't just see bare wood underneath, okay? So some of these pieces are layered, like this little ant right here is layered under another piece of the other ant, but I'm still gonna paint him. And the R is actually gonna be layered as well. I'll paint it the same color that I paint the actual R. That's gonna go on top. And the M is gonna be the same way, okay? And he's got the little ant head sticking out, y'all. This is gonna be adorable. So, let's see if I can't. Now, if you're not there already, make sure that you go over and join my cutout group. It's called PV Home Decor and More. And that's where I post all of my cutouts as soon as I get any kind of graphics, after I cut stuff, I post them in there pretty much immediately. Now I'm not going to go all the way to the M there because that little ant head is going to be covering that one up. So I think I'm good there. And then I'm going to just hold this paintbrush out because I think I might need to go over this stuff one more time. Now, I want to use, there's like a little basket over here, like a woven basket. I think I'm going to use this, like, I don't know what color this is. It's almost like that camel color. And then I got a bunch, this paint came with brand new brushes too, so let's give them a whirl, shall we? Hopefully they're not too long. And I don't want to use my makeup sponge method on this one because I don't want to spread this paint out too much. Okay, so, and then you do want to be careful painting the base part that's going to slide into the base, because if you get your paint too thick on there, it could cause it not to fit together. So just keep that in mind whenever you're putting these cutouts together. If you've got a slot like this is what I mean by slot, okay, that another piece is supposed to slide into. If you're having trouble and it's not fitting, first thing to do, hi Sandra, is grab yourself a sanding block and just sand it down just slightly. Probably try sanding it on the back, like whatever the pieces that's going in to that slot. Just sand it down a tiny bit and see if that fixes your problem, because a lot of the time the paint will dry just a little bit thick and that can hinder you. And I know that sounds so silly, but it's happened to me more than once where it makes my pieces fit together really tight, and that's nice to have a snug fit, right? I appreciate that, but when it's so snug that you can't get it to go on at all, then you have a problem, right? It's like the difference between a really great pair of jeans that hug you just right and a pair that's gonna suffocate you and make you hate yourself all day long. Which we've all been there. Okay, now again, I might come back and do another coat on this one. I need to see how this paint dries. I'm really liking this paint though, so I will add it to my Amazon storefront along with y'all. So after moving into this house, well, even before that, whenever I had my house on the market, I was looking underneath my kitchen and bathroom cabinets and realizing what a pig I am. Hi, Marie. And how much, like, I was disorganized, which was making me crazy. Okay, so check out these colors I pulled out for the letters, okay? I have 4 colors, so I might have to grab one more, maybe. All right, but we'll just begin at the beginning, I think. And now I'm going to have to do some kind of detail painting, okay? So I want to be sure, which I like that brush. It didn't shed it all. I'm liking this a lot, y'all. Literally just opened it right as me and Chris were eating dinner a minute ago. Oh, look at that purple color. I like that. Hey, Tina. What's going on? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Okay, this one's going to need several coats. My goodness. That's okay. And I didn't pre-paint at all, which would have saved me, I'm sure, just a little bit of hassle of painting multiple layers, because if you pre-paint with white, and what really works great is spray paint, okay? If you spray paint your pieces and then just lightly hit them with like a 220 grit sandpaper, that will get any like paint burrs off of it, because it sometimes will dry a little bit like textured. Hit it with that 220 sandpaper and then your paint will go on real smooth and you won't have to do a ton of layers. Or you can just put that off like me and not do it and then be like, oh no, I'm going to do a project right now. And now I got to paint 2 or 3 layers, which is fine too. It works. It'll do. This paint's pretty good. I'm liking this. And it wasn't super expensive, I don't think, either, for a 36 pack of different colors, which I love. And little bottles. I have a bunch of bigger bottles, which are fine too, right? But I'm not going to use all these colors every day, you know? I like to have a big bottle of my, like, much used colors, and then smaller bottles of the specialty colors are okay. Now, again, I am going to paint the underside of this, but remember, we do have a second layer going on top, so I'm not as concerned about going over, but I am going to paint black on the ant, just in case I misglue them somehow, okay? Which I've been known to do. Now, again, I'm going to hold my paintbrush to the side, and then I think I'll go with this blue. It's kind of hard to see in this light. I don't know how I got green paint all over me, but somehow. I don't know. I'm a mess. All right. So yeah, we'll go on to the M, and then we'll finish up with the ants and the watermelon, and then put all this stuff together. How about that? Okay. Ooh, yeah. It's a nice, like, sky blue on the perfect sunny day whenever there's not, like, maybe 1 or 2 fluffy clouds in the sky, but just a perfect summer day. And, of course, I pulled out those chalk paint pens that I've been using lately, so we'll use those tonight, too. And that'll help us, like, on the eyes and stuff, the little tiny pieces. It helps me a lot to not even have to be bothered with dirtying a makeup sponge or anything else for little tiny pieces. Okay. All right. So, tell me about your day. I hope you guys had a great day. Or plans for the weekend, I want to know. It was Friday today. It's a pretty good one for me. Kind of a busy day at work, but really, really productive. I felt like I got a lot done today, so that was good. Usually on Fridays are not... I'm not usually super busy on Fridays, but days like today, I was okay with having a lot to do and getting it all done. So it felt really good to be able to do that, especially, y'all, I'm going to be off work next week for the majority of the week because Monday's our holiday. And then Tuesday, I am working. I was going to be off on Wednesday too, but then we have a big important meeting that for my team, and I just need to attend it, which kind of stinks, but we're going to use this orange next, I think. I'm okay with it. I've told my boss, you know what, don't worry about it. I'll go ahead and call into that meeting. I mean, at least he's not like, you have to come to Atlanta, because I'm leaving on Thursday to go down to Galveston, and ain't nobody got time to fly back from Atlanta before vacation, you know? Plus, then I'd have to, like, figure out how I'm going to travel with, like, not only my work stuff, but then all of my, like, bathing suit and, beach bag and who knows what else. Because, you know, your girl does not want to drive back home and then go the opposite direction after getting in from a long flight. Now, there's an ant here in between the M and the E, so I'm going to just leave that open, and then we'll come back and hit that up really quick whenever we touch up all the black. So now, I have this like teal color. I think this one will be good for that E. Have a look down and see what letter I'm on. Running out of flat brushes, but y'all, I'm sure enjoying these brushes. I'm liking that they're not shedding, and I don't feel like I'm out of control with them. You know how sometimes brushes that are too long, they just, you can't control them in little spaces? I don't feel like that at all, so that's nice. And they came with this paint set, which is even better. Okay. All right. Do a second layer on this, and then I think I will come back on all of these, but like this is pretty darn good coverage. So I'm not hating this paint, like even a little bit. So comment the word ant, Marie, A-N-T or A-N-T-S, and you'll get the link, okay? All right, and then I need one more color, and you know what? I have this, where is it? This violet, shimmer violet paste. I just love it. Y'all, look how great that is. So we're gonna go with that, and it paints on really well. So by the way, if you have not gotten your Creative Kickstart kit with chalk from Chalk yet, you can still get that this month, okay? It comes free whenever you spend $75 on my chalk site. Now, I know this is not a chalk project, okay? But if you haven't taken advantage of that yet, you're missing out. And the color of the month is still available, last I heard. But like I said before, I'm shocked it's lasted this long. So if you haven't gotten that color Midnight, the blue one, you need to go scoop it up. Okay. I might do another layer on top of this. But this violet just paints on so well. It's a great purple shimmer. Okay. It'll do in a pinch, that's for sure. Okay, now let's see if I can go back. We're gonna do our ants and our watermelon. So let's go ahead and take care of this watermelon real quick. And then we can come back and do the ants and touch up the letters one last time. All right, so I'm using this green color. These paints don't even have names for the colors, which is totally fine by me. Not a big deal. Let me see if my favorite paintbrush, I think I thought I had two of them, but maybe not. I know one of them's dirty because I'm a pig and I don't wash my paintbrushes every night. That's okay. We're going to try one of these new ones. Hopefully this isn't too long to really get in there. And I'm hoping I'm not going to regret doing the green first, but you live and learn, you know? So yeah, if you want to order this, you can comment the word ant and you'll get the link for it. It's a fun one, y'all. I saw this and I knew I just loved it so much. And I'm telling you, I don't know, I'm on this watermelon kick and I can't stop, okay? I just can't quit it. And I don't know why. So I bought some watermelons. I was telling y'all last night. Yes, I guess yesterday whenever I got groceries, I got a couple of watermelons. One for me to take to the beach. And then the other one for me and Chris. I got a small one for the house. Because even if, you know, as much as I love watermelon, him and I are not going to eat a huge watermelon together. Sorry to break the news, but it's just not going to happen. So anyways, he gets home from work earlier. And he goes over there and he starts messing with those watermelons. And rolling them around and like looking at them, you know, like he's about to cut one of them. And I tell him, that's not for us. Don't cut that. That's for me to take with me to go out of town. And he's like, I tell him, the little one is for us. You can cut it if you want. And he looks at me and he says, that watermelon is no good. I'm like, I don't know what makes you say that, but it looks fine to me. Silly goose. And he's telling me, well, you know, it's not the right color. It's not this, it's not that. And I'm going, okay, but it's one of those mini watermelons. Okay, one of the little bitty ones that like him and I could split it and each make a bowl out of it, of each side of it. And it would be perfect amount of watermelon that would be perfect for us to eat together. And he's just going, oh, that's not how that's supposed to look. It's not ripe and all this stuff. And I think it's fine. So I don't know if y'all, I've never really had one of those little, I've never bought one of those little ones before. But it's not as yellow as the big watermelons. It doesn't have like that whitish yellow spot on it. And that's what he was complaining about. Now I am going over this little ant just a little on his antennae because I have he's a layered ant. Thank goodness, because I'm not painting very good at all. But knowing that, I'm not super concerned about not staying entirely in the lines with him. But anyway, if any of you have had one of those small watermelons, if you could please tell me, is the coloring thing the same? I don't think it is, because it's a little more green than a regular big watermelon. It's like a darker green than the regular ones. Oh, you know what? I completely didn't paint my layered letters, y'all. So definitely gonna have to come back and do that. All right, there we go. And then we just need to come back and do the seeds. That paint's doing really well though. Really happy with it. And then we can take care of our little ants now. So I'm gonna just give myself, yeah, okay, they're a little bit darker green, right? Yeah, because he was saying that meant that they weren't ripe and or not sweet, and that's what he said, was that they weren't sweet. And I'm like, I don't know if that's really the case with these. Oh, look, I have this one. It's got a little bit shorter bristles, and I'm wondering if it might work well for a little guy down here. Now I'm just gonna roughly paint my little ant here. I believe his body is gonna be seen, but his head and his arms and his antennas are gonna be covered up by the layers. So I shouldn't have an issue. Now this brush is a great one from Dollar Tree, y'all. Seriously, I am just amazed every time I use these little Dollar Tree brushes, and they're so good. Better than ones that I've spent some decent amount of money on. Now, I'm going to try my best not to make a mess here and go over. It does have a few bristles that are out of place, which is kind of aggravating whenever you're trying to paint something really intricate, but it's a good little brush for $1. Well, for probably like, I don't know, 45 cents or something, because I think I got it in a 3 or 4 pack. So next time you're at a Dollar Tree, check out the craft section and grab yourself a pack of brushes and just see what you think, because I don't think it's just me. I do think they're really good. I mean, they're not like artist brushes, okay? I don't want you to go paint a canvas with them and like be like a real true, like a Picasso or something. I don't think they're gonna get you there, but they are decent brushes. Sorry, I'm trying to not mess up this little ant's rear end over here that's gonna be out and not covered up, because I'm gonna have a bad problem if I go over on this M. Okay. All right, here we go. No, that is a little cutie. And I'm gonna just roughly paint his little arm here. Because it's gonna be covered by the layers, okay? Now, this little guy in the middle, right there, and then I need to come back and let's see, make sure I have everything going on here. I think I do. So, see if I can do a little balancing act. Probably not. So, all right, now I just need to paint this M, touch up my other letters, and we will be ready to rock and roll with this project, y'all. This is, it seems, it's a lot of pieces, but it's not like a really difficult one to put together or anything like that. It should be pretty self-explanatory, and I do try to share pictures of the cutouts like put together so that you can kind of look at it, because that's how I do it too, is whenever I cut something, a lot of the time I mix up the pieces, like trying to get it on the laser bed and like lay it out, you know, and so I end up not knowing where each piece goes, and then it's like, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't have a clue where all this is supposed to be now that I've completely, it's like taking a puzzle and just mixing it all, you know? And so I usually go back to the Etsy listing, and I look at their photo and I put it together from that. So if you ever have issues with cutouts, if you can't find the photo of it, send me a message and I'll send you the picture, okay? And that should help. Because I know it's frustrating to try and put together a puzzle. I do also try to package them where they're put together. At least somewhat. I know in transit sometimes they can get a little bit mixed up, but I try to do that for you so that not only do they arrive neat and hopefully in good shape, but then they also, it's easier to tell where they go and how they go together, okay? So if you ever have trouble with that, just reach out and send me a message and I will help you. All right, I'm gonna move some of this stuff because it's getting a little crammed over here. Oh, my R. Okay, so this is that violet, and just try to go in kind of heavy with this one. Get a good thicker layer on here so that it has really good coverage. All right. I love this shimmer violet, y'all. I would use it on everything if I could. All right, there we go. All right, I think we're good there. And then I need to do my S over here. And I could probably touch up this basket one more time. And then we're like almost done here. We just, we have eyeballs for little ants that we need to paint, and I'm gonna use a paint pen for that. I think it'll make it so much easier. And then put all this together, and then some little final touches, and we'll be good to go. And I mean, simple, easy, fun little summer project. Cute little gift. Oh, maybe. Sorry. A cute little gift for like a summer party or whatever. I just got a little bit of black on my S, so hopefully I can, yeah, not just continue to spread that around. All right. There we go. Now, let's see, we have our little basket too. All right, so anything fun this weekend? Tell me about it. So I have a friend that plays the flute. He's so good too. And he sent me a message earlier saying that next weekend he has a concert with the band that he plays with. And so me and Chris are gonna go to that, I think. And it's right over here near us too, which is so convenient. Makes it a heck of a lot easier because, y'all, we are so far from everything. Like, we're going to I'm going to Galveston next weekend with my chalk friends, and it's like 2.5 hours from here to get down there. And I mean, Galveston is not close, super close anyways, even to my old house whenever I lived closer to town, but oh my gosh. It's like everything is so far all the time. Okay. Now there are little score lines on this basket for like the weave. So you may want to use a lighter touch with the paint than I did. But you can still see the score, so that's good. This laser is so much different. Whenever it scores, it's a little deeper than my old laser was, which is nice because then you're not going to fill those score lines up with paint the way you could easily do it with my old laser. So it's nice to still have the lines that are intended to be seen through the paint. Okay. Just try not to be like me and make a mess on your edges. All right, and then I have my trusty little white paint pen here. And get all of these sets of eyeballs. And then I think I even have a black one around here somewhere that I can do the little pupils with too. Oh, this ink mat is a lifesaver. If you didn't see what I just did, I had this eye moving, these eyes moving around a little bit, so I just pressed them just a little onto the ink mat to hold it. Amazing. Okay. All right. And then I think I have, oh man. Well, I think my rest of my paint pens are in the other room. So we are gonna make do. I have this little tool here. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit more. They're not quite there. But in the meantime, we can put the rest of this together. Let us dry all of this really well. And then we can begin gluing. And I'm telling you, this is basically done. Oh, and we gotta do this part too. Let's do those really fast. I forgot. I don't know if this will work on that, but look at that. There we go. And if you notice, this ink mat is 17 inches long, okay? So this bad boy is like 18, almost 18 inches long. Or probably about 18 inches. So it's not small. I like that too. It's kind of hard to tell in some of the pictures, you know, exactly how big, what the scale is, you know, especially whenever it's just a cutout laying there by itself. So that's why I like to come on and paint these with you, plus to show you how they go together. And then you can see how big it is, and it helps, I think. So, I hope y'all enjoy it. Alright, now, I have my little, what is this, Eileen's paint here, and I'm going to just begin at the beginning now. I do want to come through, and I already had this kind of organized before I started, okay? Because I had my cutouts kind of laying where they're supposed to go. And so I'm going to just come and set all of them in their places. So that before I start gluing, I can have it confirmed on where every piece goes. Super helpful to do that, okay? Especially if you get into something with a ton of pieces, I'm telling you, it's, okay. So I have a little bit of this blue color right here. So let's see. Plus, if I had started to stick that just now and it already had glue on the back, I'd kind of be in a spot now because I needed to go back and glue that, and then I'd have paint everywhere. Okay, so then this little guy's poking out here. And this one has legs and eyeballs. Just be careful picking these up off the ink mat or whatever surface you're painting them from, because that's cute. All right, now little pieces first. And I like to work from the top layer down. Let that one settle for a minute and then we'll come back to it. Okay. I do need to paint those pupils before we're done here. Hi, Brooke. This is that little ant one that you ordered. It's real cute. Okay, now I'm gonna come back and do his head and legs. Oh, I already put his legs down. I didn't even realize. Hi, Brownie, how are ya? Welcome. You can comment the word ant, A-N-T, to get the link for this project. It's pretty much just cutouts. But I tried out some new paint tonight and I'm really liking it. Came in a nice variety, so really pleased with that. Okay. Goodness. Okay. Oh, this is pretty cute. And then we have our M here. Oh, that's adorable. Now, I want to come back. Well, let's see. I put this in my cup prematurely. Hi, Steph. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate that. We're just finishing up now, getting these little ants painted and glued together. And my laser accidentally cut the eye holes out on some of them. But yours shouldn't cut out all the way. Look how cute that is. Let me just make sure I don't have any other little things I need to do. I'm loving this. Okay, so if I can just... I do want to touch this part up right here. Let me see if I can get rid of this ink mat now that I'm done with little pieces. I want to do just a little bit because I kind of spread that blue just a tiny bit down here. So, I mean, I spread the black over it on accident. Let's see. There we go. This paint dries really nicely too. It's drying real smooth and matte, of course. All right. Thanks, Steph. I'm glad you like this. Okay. Let's see if I can see. This is what I was saying a minute ago about not gluing prematurely before you've done all of your touch-up painting, but that's okay. We can work around this. There we go. Huzzah. Practically perfect in every way this is. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. All right, so there's that. Now, let's put together, we have one last little piece, just this base that needs to go together, and this base is scored. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's lines right here, which is where this one will fit. It'll sit right in there. It just helps you to line it up. So I'm gonna just go, I'm gonna do 2 small strips. I don't wanna go crazy with glue, okay? I probably could have done it on this piece, but whatever. And then I'm gonna just line up one end and drop down the rest. And voila. I know, Brooke. I'm so excited for you. I wanna see the one that you make. All right, let me just dry this in really fast or else we're gonna have a mess. And I see like a few little, I see a couple little touch-up spots that I could do right here too. So I wanna hit that really fast before we're done here. Just to make sure it looks just as good as possible. And then, you know what I really love is these white paint pens are so easy to add just a little bit of something. To your letters and just to your everything, honestly. Okay. And I don't really have any kind of particular way. Hopefully I'm not going to mess him up. All right. All right, there we go. I think we're good to go. I don't know. I just like those little lines just make it just kind of, I don't know what it does to it, but I like it. So that should just slide right in to your base, if I can find it. Let me turn it around. Oh God. Perfect. Took me just a second. I have the sun, my light like glaring in my eyeballs right now. So I'm gonna have to probably squeeze it in there off camera, but that does stand. Look how cute that turned out, y'all. Hi, Lori, welcome. So you can comment, hey, Anita, welcome. You can comment the word ant, even if I'm not live anymore. If you don't see this little red thing up here, it means I'm not live anymore. But that's okay. Okay, you can still order this. Eesh. And, y'all, I'm a nightmare. Trying to do too much around here. I think, so I was telling you guys just a minute ago about having paint that clogs up your, there it goes. Okay. That clogs up your slots on your cutouts, and then here I am struggling to get my little thing into the slots. Now, you might want to go back and just paint a tiny bit along this bottom part, okay? So that you don't see that line, okay? Or you can just bring this color all the way down, but just remember that you may have to hit that with a little bit of a sanding block if it doesn't quite fit into the slot, because if it's too thick, okay? Because that paint makes a big difference once it dries, okay? Anywho, love you all so much. I hope you have a great day, or great night, sorry, and a great Saturday tomorrow. Please sleep in for me. I don't know that I will, but sleep in for me, and I will see you tomorrow night, okay? See ya.